Alright. I'm back. Hopefully. There we go. We're back. Let's see. I restarted OBS. It's good. So I restarted OBS last night. Like I logged out and then I logged back in. And now I'm having all these wonderful issues. Is working now? Alright, let me check in to make sure. Alright, we are live Ola now. Alright. Alright, so we got that to work. Gotta love it when everything's working together. Anyway. Not on your end? I'm guessing, yeah. Because I actually closed YouTube and turned it back on. Well, I'm glad that Twitch is working. Although, now it's telling me I have 0 followers. Like, there's nobody in Twitch. Really? I got it up. That's weird. Is it still blech? That's weird. Did you close YouTube? Because I had to close it because when I restarted it, it was like no. But when I closed it and then opened it back up, it worked. I don't know. Don't exactly know what's going on. But I see it. And Tyler said it was working too. Yeah, it's live. Even though we live, awesome. Even though what I had turned the announcement that I put in, right? The coloring and lettering page today, it still says yesterday's thing, which is let's finish inking page 2, which we did. So you can't just refresh 2 separate videos. Things are horrible. All right, now that that's all taken care of, how's everyone doing today? All right, there we go. Page uno. See, I went ahead for the first time ever. For the first time ever, when I was like, hey, I'm gonna, hopefully I'll come in and I'll do this while I'm not working or something like that. And I never did it, ever. Right? But this time, I did. So yay. Put in all the flats. So we're good. Got some skip doodling done. Nice, nice. Oh no. Oh no. That's no good. No intranet. Ooh. That's a lot of... Let's change this real quick. Clearly, I thought I did more than I did, because I still have some stuff that's not done. It's all good, though. We can fix that later. Not a big deal. Anyway, back to here. Okay, brush.
Hey, I'm in.
Trying to revisit Parting with Crimson Fly, not just in terms but the visceral monkey brain part. I like to fly as a troublemaker.
That doesn't make sense.
Nice. Blending mode is my new bestie. Oh yeah? He looks so angry. He's like, I'm angry now. We be angry.
Now they're just gonna make stasis changes. Unless your whole team comes from why would you just make a stasis change? Why would you just do it? I thought we had a grace period. Do I have a grace period? That's not fair. So then I was gonna allow.
Learn how to hatch like that.
TPA take longer to take effect, like 30 seconds.
Like, streaks that page. Hey, I'm not a big hatcher or cross hatching. I don't know, just doesn't look right for me. So I try and avoid it.
Yeah, because getting hit counts as movement. And then you need to get a full right extra belt.
No, they're big enough. He's like, I'm already done. Oh no, I saw that. Did you do that after I talked about the challenge? Like, I mentioned the challenge and you were like, all right, I'm gonna draw this because I'm starting to realize that I need to stop making these challenges to all you single people. Because I don't have the same amount of time y'all do. I realize I'm like, holy crap, I got so much work to do. Do you have the first drawing though? Single between jobs, younger. I don't know if that younger thing. Oh, did I say young? It's age ain't nothing but a number when it comes to work. But single people, I'm going with single people. No kids people. Fam stuff. True. You know, can't take that away from you. That is true. Ooh, it's not working. Let's try it this way. But it looks badass. I like it. When I saw it, I was like, oh man, it looks good. And I'm like, man, you ain't gotta call us out like that though, you know? Thought I had at least a day or two. Trust me, I understand that. Nice. I mean, he'd be a good one to study under. It's true. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I just realized, you know, I'm like, huh. Maybe I should have kept that challenge to myself for a day or two. It's alright. Because, you know, I'm going to get it done. I know the character that I have to do. I have to do Fire Spider. It's like my first character design. Oh, you should remember when I did the review of my first comic. I showed my first character design. And that was Fire Spider. Good old Fire Spider. Which means I'm going to have to scan it. Because I've never done that before. Scanning that crappy work. It's going to be awesome. It's so bad. In the redesign I was talking about when you first posted. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't use that one.
I just can't.
Nice. I was like, yeah, you can't use that one.
I'm trying to get. Yeah, the most definitely. It's almost like the extra.
Go. Good for a father. Good. Yeah, I'm not even trying to find, like, you know, normally I'd probably come in and be like, all right, I'm gonna redesign this ninja, because Lord knows I have plenty of those, but it was not. So in my youth I liked ninjas, right? But I come to find out that I was heavily influenced by X-Men. But the thing is I was heavily influenced by my father, so everybody was like this soldier that had powers and stuff like that. Hence Fire Spider. So I'm gonna have to come around and do a military guy. A military guy I haven't done in very long. I haven't done military stuff in so long. So that should be fun. I am not. That is feathering. I'm like, that is feathering. There's a difference. So, funny thing, yesterday, right? You know, we did some of the colors, right? I did some of the flats, and life was good, and I was like, man, we got a lot done. I thought I had saved, you know what I mean? Thought I had saved, and then when I went to click it to end it, it always asks you, it's like, yo, do you want to save? And I was like, well, no, because I figured, I made a dot somewhere or something, and then it went away, and then I was like, I went to open it up, all the colors were gone. That was my life. I was like, no. But yeah, I was like, that's fine. I'll just come back and fix it, I guess. So yeah, it looks like hatching to me. Well, makes sense. That'll work. Sorry, Monday. When we were streaming together, because I had like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, I can throw in some colors, and I was like, yeah, this will work. And I didn't save it. It was a sad moment. And the bad part is, I was like, I know I did save. I know I saved. But alas, 'twas a lie. Yep. Schedule and boundaries set up. Nice. So, is there a plan? Like, this is what I want to accomplish type deal? Or are we just getting acclimated to coming back? I know. I was like, man, people... I don't even know what it was. I could have swore. I was like, no, I did save. I saved, and it was just one of those ones where I thought I did, and I was absolutely wrong in the situation, and so I lost work. Luckily, it was only 10 minutes worth of work, because if it was like, oh, I've been working on it for like an hour, that would have been super sad. Sarge, it's time. Like, I need you to do this. They're probably just glad that you're home. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, setting up some clear boundaries will be beneficial. That doesn't look good. Did you read? Yeah. Yep, I know that. Heh. So, we're about to start a new semester. You want me to see if there are any openings up in Montgomery College? I know you said you were done with teaching, but you'd be teaching with me. And I'm supposedly, as far as I know, scheduled to become department chair next year. Like that is the current plan on the table. Like I'm supposed to be going through like training to take over the department chair next year. So just saying. Because I think I just got Brew. I was able to get Brew in. So, just a thought. I'm all for the help. It is good. It is good. I wouldn't mind being department chair. Here when the internet goes down. Hey Max! Yeah, it would be good. It would be good indeed. I mean, it's just an advancement in the company. I also don't mind if I was to say teacher, but the thing is, as a department chair, I get the ability to hire people without having to ask someone else. You know what I mean? So that way it's like, I think this person would be great. We have an opening and done. Right? Guess what, everybody? We just finished our character. Main guy done. And yes, I just saved. I would be able to teach. It'd be at a minimum, because they say for some reason people can't teach and do admin. I always have been. When I was in the other school, that's what I did. Right? I made sure that I was teaching, and yeah, they didn't understand. But I like teaching, so being in the classroom was always important to me. And then I was able to do the admin stuff too. So hopefully they'll let me do that too. And if memory serves me right, they'll be like, oh, well, we love you so much. Here's extra money. Because I don't know why. But that's what they do. Apparently. So it would be really good. I mean, but the big thing, I have to be honest, the big thing is that, like I said, I could just hire people when it's like, hey, we have a position open. We should, we can hire someone. Well, I have a very extensive list of professionals and former students who are professionals who are now, either looking for a change or always wanted to teach or something like that. And so I don't really, at this point in my life, I don't have to go very far to find very quality people, right? I can just open my phone and be like, all right, hey, are you are you trying to teach? Do you want to teach? And they're like, yes, I would love to. I'm like, great, fill this out. Right? Interview process over. So that's the main reason why I'd want to get into the position, because otherwise I'm very happy where I'm at. Like, there's there's really no reason for me to change my current job position except for wanting to help people. That's it. Because I mean, I gave Skip a job already. Huh? When you have a master's degree, yeah. Hire me to keep the students in line. I mean, if that's a position that they have on the books. Absolutely. Okay. But, shh, don't tell anybody that. Can't let that get around. Because that's when you got to start being mean. You're like, yeah, okay. You think you funny. Once people think that you're nice, that's when people start acting crazy. We're like, oh, this guy, he's a nice one. He wouldn't be mad if I did something absolutely stupid. Yes, I will. I will. Not a big fan of people trying to be stupid. You know what I mean? Still blood. That's fair. But like I said, you start telling people that, I happen to be a nice guy on top of that, I'll lose all my street cred. Oh, really? Until they get on your bad side, then it's all over. Like, you and me, we gonna fight today. It's always funny when people mistake your kindness for like weakness. They're like, oh, we can get over on this one. It's like, you can try. You won't like the outcome. F story from Single DJ. So, I honestly think I have a better story. I know the F story, right? But so I was known. So I was teaching a digital illustration class, and it's funny. It's really funny because it deals with saving. Like normally, I'm a good saver. I save all the time and stuff like that. But I kept telling them, it's like, you got to remember to save. And these are 3-hour classes. So I'm like, you got to remember to save. because if something happens, then you know you always have at least. So you should be saving. I'd always say like every 5 to 10 minutes, or anytime you do something major and you're like, oh, I need to keep this. And I was like, look, you guys got to remember to save. And they never did, right? And it would only be when I told them, I was like, hey, I'm like, did you guys save? And they're like, oh, snap. And so they never really saved anything. And so one day, midterm, you know, I had previously talked to the IT department. And I was like, hey, can you guys turn off the power to one room? And they're like, well, yes, because you know we have that power because of all the computers. We can reset the computers at any time. I was like, so you can do that on command? Like it's not a, you know, I gotta put in a request and all that kind of good stuff. And they're like, nope, we can do that. And they're like, why? And I was like, because at, I think it was like, I forgot what time it was, but let's just say like 10:30. It's like, well, because at 10:30, I want you to turn the power off to this room. And they're like, why would you do that? Like, that's just, like, why? And I told them, I was like, I'm going to teach my students a lesson because they're not saving, right? Because they think with all the autocorrect, well, but back then there was no actual autosave. Like, you always had to save. Now Adobe's trying to make it even easier for people to be lazy. But I was like, they're not saving and they think that everything's going to be good. So it's better for them to learn the lesson here than for them to go out into the world working for the government and then lose all their work. You know, and then stress and worry about it for X amount of hours extra because they're like, oh crap, I got to get this done type deal. So, midterm comes around. They asked me again, they're like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Because that's pretty mean. And I'm like, nope, I absolutely want to do this. And so I told some people, because they were coming in, because I'd always keep my lab open, because I am technically a very nice guy. Most teachers don't, but I would keep my lab open, so if you needed to come in and work on your work and there was space open, you were more than able to come in and work. But on that particular day, I was like, look, you can come in and work, just know that at this time all the computers are going to go off. So you're going to want to make sure that you save beforehand. I'm not going to warn you again. This is it. And they're like, all right. So I've given them their midterm. Their midterm is to color a page, right? They had this page and it was to try and color it as far as possible within 3 hours. All right, well, they were supposed to finish it, is the idea. And they're working on it. An hour and a half goes by. And then all of a sudden, you know, one by one, you hear the random comments like, wait a minute, my stylus isn't working. What's going on? One person and the other person's like, hey, wait, my computer screen froze. And then it was like, hey, my mouse isn't working. And then one by one is like, all the computers went black. All the computers went back. And then just insta reboot. So it just then rebooted back up. People were freaking out. They're screaming and yelling. And they're like, stupid school. This is the kind of crap I pay for. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like hiding under my computer. You know, and they were going off about it. And then one person looks over and he sees me kind of like hiding behind the computer screen. And he's like, wait a minute. You did this, didn't you? I was like, yep, I sure did. And they're like, all right, well, now what? I was like, well, your deadline is in an hour and a half. Good luck. And they're like, what? But you did this to us. I'm like, no. You did this to you. You never saved. And that is your fault. We've been preaching that for 8 weeks. You need to save. You haven't saved, and therefore this is your fault, and deal with it. That instance really stuck with the students a lot. Like a lot. They were not happy with that situation. I thought it was funny. Of course, I thought it was funny because it really didn't affect me. But I was trying to teach. There was an instructional point. Oh, I got blown up. Oh no, the super battle. What will happen? Thunder Keys! Thunder Keys with the win-win. Mandala, what's going on? Oh, yay. Crunch time. Gotta love crunch time. That time when you're close to being done, but not really. And then your deadline's approaching, you're just like, I thought we were done. You're working extra hard, extra hours. Oh yeah. So I guess that means you're getting close to the end of your development. That's good, at least, right? Oh. I guess that's true. That stuff's still not coming through. Like, what do I need to do? What the heck? Ja, alles klar. really wish that it would do what it's supposed to. It's killing me that it won't do any of my time stuff. I don't get it. Like, why won't you just do what you're supposed to? The bugs beforehand, however, never under the ability of the user to break things. Yeah, that's what we're here for. You also need to figure out how to figure something out, because it might be leaving the multi-stream for them so that I can go with another with Restream who's expanding their stuff out. So we're gonna have to actually see when my stuff is due. Well, let's find out now. Already paid for it. Alright, so we're good until March 2023. So I'll be using this until March 2023. So it would be real nice if it would work every now and then. Alright, anyway. Good stuff. To make that sound, alles klar, ja, ¿cómo está? Why can't you just work? I'm saying a lot. Yeah. I mean, and it really sucks as a user because there's no answers, right? You at least could go into the code and try and figure something out and be like, all right, so, oh, I see why this isn't working now. Like, we don't have that. We're just like, this should be working. Why is it not working? That's the hard part. Like, it should be working. Why isn't it working? You okay over there?
Yeah.
You're a little bored of what? Why are you cheating?
Get the upper hand.
But you're bored of it.
It's not fun. I just dig around in little mole tunnels. Sean wanted me to do that for the next hour
Ooh.
to get all the stuff to me, but I'm bored, so I'm gonna play some more.
He placed all his faith in you and nothing.
He didn't do too much.
Huh?
He didn't do too much. He was on for an hour before I could get on, and all he got was 3 iron.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think it's killing me yet. I mean, I even did some alternate work yesterday. I was excited. I got a lot of work done yesterday. Not as much as I wanted to, but you know. What I realized is that I would have to quit my job. I've said this before. I'd have to quit my job to do all the things that I'd want to do. But considering that people rely on me, that kind of won't work. Plus, the job gives me benefits like eventually, well, let's study abroad trips. Let's just call it what it is. Over this semester, I'm going to be putting together proposals just for study abroad trips, because why not? Study abroad. They want to do a program for like places in the actual U.S. So I'm thinking about just starting, let's go to New York and let's talk to this comic company or to this video game company. Oh, let's go here and let's talk about this, and then have the school pay for me to go to New York for a week. Not a week, but for like a day or so, or a weekend. That's what I meant. And then the big plan, especially since they already have something to run off of, is to go to Japan. Get to CTN or Lightbox Expo trip. I wonder if they'd let me do that. That'd be cool. And I wouldn't have to worry about anything. CTN might actually be something I could pull off as one of these study abroad trips. But, so there's multiple things. Like, I want to be able to go to Europe, right? And the thing about Europe, or at least where I know, right, going from Germany, is that there's the Eurobahn, and which means anywhere that there is a train in Europe, you can use this pass to ride on it. Right? So you pay for the Eurobahn, and then you're like, all right, for 2 weeks, we're just going to ride, we're going to get on the train, we're going to go to another country, experience some cool stuff in that country, and then we're going to go get back on the train and go to another country. Like, and I had, the one person who I was talking to was like, normally a lot of people try and do too much, and, try and fit in too many things, and so I'm like, but I understand the Eurobahn, I understand how to do this. It wouldn't be too much, it would just be a great experience. So, so that's the plan. We're gonna see how well they allow me to do the things that apparently people don't really want to do. Like, nobody's really proposing to go on these trips or anything like that, or utilize all the opportunities that are there. Like, when I go back, like, I think I'm going to try and go back next week to try and get in before school starts, and go there and talk to the benefits team. Just be like, all right, lay out what we can do for me. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. And Skip, so you didn't hear me, so you kind of left right as I mentioned it, because you mentioned job lists and whatnot. But I mean, we're about to. I know you said that you didn't. You're all like, I don't want to do teaching for a while. Like, I get that, but we're about to start our new semester, and I mean, if you want me to look, I'll gladly look, and see what's available, because we just lost one of our animation teachers because he went into a new position. So, like, his position is admin, so he's out of teaching, and unless, of course, to, like, put your name in the hat. All right, can you send me your resume? Send me your resume. Like, let's not even play. Because I will message. He's not the chair now, but he's the direct link. It's complicated, but I like, hey, here's this guy, just moved back. You want to hire him? That is all the recommendation I have to give, and he will then contact you. Because Brew, he came to me and was like, hey, do you know anybody? Because we're gonna need someone to teach kind of the foundational stuff in graphic design and whatnot. And I was like, all right, look, there's this one person who would be absolutely fantastic, right? And she just had her interview, so which I need to reach back out to her. But yeah, so I'm just like, and I don't know if you've I don't know if you noticed, but I'm already, because like I said, you weren't there for that either. The plan is that I'm supposed to be taking over as department chair next year, because they got someone in for the interim, because for some reason they're like, oh, well, we need to train Tillman into being a department chair for some reason. But there are other ulterior motives. But now, because I was supposed to go in when the current department chair left, which he did. So I should be in now, right? Like, I should be the one who got picked for the chair position. So, but for some reason, which we only have speculations over, but for some reason, but next year the whole plan is that I'm going to be trained to be ready for next year. And so what would be happening effectively is we're trying to get the band back together. You know what I mean? And it was like, because I'd already talked to Hernandez, and he before he was talking about how he would never leave right where he is now. But recently, as I recently talked to him, kind of like we mentioned, it was just like, if I was gonna leave, it would be to work with me, right? And that would be the reason why. That's it. He doesn't have a reason to leave except for that. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, I mean, hell, I wouldn't be mad at having Hernandez, trying to get Jesse, because he's not doing it, I mean, granted, he is doing things, but he might be all for a like a reunion of teachers of whatnot. You know what I mean? So if we can get you in early, it doesn't look like I'm just bringing in all my friends as soon as I got hired. So, but yeah, if you give me your resume, and if you send me over your resume today, I will contact him tomorrow and see what's what. Because I'm pretty sure they need someone to teach. Pretty sure. And even if you have an old resume, right? You ain't got to try and do anything special. Your old resume would work just fine. Resume. Well, see, to be honest, the thing that I want to do is just have a really good program where I work, so that I don't have to lie to people, about oh, well, you know, I teach at this school, you should come out, knowing full well that you shouldn't. Like, I can guarantee that my classes are gonna be good, but all the other classes are gonna be garbage, you know. But if I can set it up and get people in, you know what I mean? Like, I know this person's good and I know what they're gonna be getting. I know that this is gonna be good. Then it's real easy to go recruiting when you're like, oh yeah, no, you come here, you're gonna get one hell of an education. So, you know, stacking the deck. What can I say? That's not... Yep, exactly. Exactly, because I can tell you, in my old school, people were like, "Can you go and recruit?" I'm like, "Sure." Should we come to Norfolk State? No. No, you really shouldn't. Oh, like, it's cheap. So I mean, there's that. And like, well, I'm like, look, I got you for a couple classes. I can guarantee my classes. But you're gonna be there for 4 years, and everyone else just don't give a, they just don't care. And since they don't care, you know, and no one else is really checking on them, they're just like, oh, you're a yes person? You're good. Do whatever you want. It's like, but what? So, yeah, it was really hard. It was really hard to do some recruiting when you're just like, your whole experience will be horrible. So yeah, you know. So that's the plan. Oh, and another project that's coming from the school is I'm starting up GigaCon. They said they're looking, you know, they're like, we're looking for projects to sponsor, special projects and stuff like that. Save. While I was at San Diego, I was gathering cards from people. And be like, all right, sweet, you come talk here, you come here, you know, and I still have Brian Stelfreeze on lock. So they don't exactly know what they did, but nope. So and they're like, yeah, we can do that. I'm like, okay. Well, you give me money. I gotta put the proposal together, but I'm like, all right, no problem. You will have it. Put the proposal together. Let's make it happen. Then I get to go around the campus and see what buildings would really work and see what I could actually do. Because then we could do things like workshops and have like cosplay life drawing. Cosplay life drawing, are you kidding me? Come in, you don't even like, you can go to the convention and then you're like, I'm an artist, I want to do some drawing. Cosplay, right? And we're like, all right, and then do something like, you know, if it's more than one day, right? Like if we're able to like get 2 days and then you can literally go, all right, for $6 or $4. I'm gonna make $4 because it's already paid for, right? So for $4, you're like, all right, you put in $4 extra, and there'll be 4 rooms for 4 hours that you can go to, right? And in each one will be different cosplayers. Long pose, short, medium, long, and gesture poses. Every hour they rotate, right? So every hour they would rotate. That way you could get gesture poses with the really buff dude and then get one really long pose as well. I think it would be great, right? And just as something extra to do. And there might not be anyone there. Well, there would be because I'd force my students to go, but that, you know, that's besides the point. Although, I have to say, I'm very impressed of the caliber of student that that has come through the school. Because if I'm like, hey, there's this thing going on, they're like, oh snap, they'll be there. Like, they will actually be there, which is absolutely amazing. I need to put an invoice together for a job I did. That's always fun. You forgot that the only reason you haven't got paid yet is because you didn't give an invoice. But then it's also like, oh snap, that means I'm gonna get paid. It's a good day. Do. The battle royale has begun. So many exploded ninjas. Oh, Mandala. So rigged and cheating. Cheats. I think we may have made it to the portion of Quiet Wednesday again. can send you the thing. It's fair. But also, rig. Oh, GigaCon is it's an educational symposium that I started at the Art Institute of Washington, and it's where I would bring professionals in for 2 days to talk, lecture, and do portfolio reviews for all my students, if they were not stupid. So for the most part, a lot of people decided that they didn't want to come because they were stupid. Because they were stupid, they missed out on some really good information as well as jobs. So, but it's something that I did for a while at my old school, and I now have the opportunity to bring it back. And at one point, it wasn't just a education, it wasn't just like, oh well, it's an educational symposium where people come in and lecture and that's it. It was a convention, which was fun. The convention part was fun. Seeing people actually be involved in the convention was really cool. Having local people come out, local artists and stuff, and then being there, because when the last time we did it the last time we did it as a convention, which was pretty sweet, we had Phil Noto, Brian Stelfreeze, Humberto Ramos, Freddie Williams. Well, no, because we had him later. Oh my goodness, who do we have? We had Obi Lim. Obi, welcome to the stream. It's like welcome to the Ninja Empire, where we stream a whole bunch of ninjas and working on the comic pages for the Ninja Empire. This is currently page 2. We inked on Monday and we're coloring it now. So yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for that follow. Oh my goodness, who do we have? We had 2 like creature painters, and I can't. Oh, Weatherly, Joe Weatherly, and we had another person. We had that GigaCon was so stacked. We had so many huge artists that were there. It was insane. That one was really good. I was very, very happy. It was in the public. We had it in we had it in some museum. It's where we had our graduation. Oh, Ty Ramza. Oh, well, yeah, those were afterwards. So people that we had like David Finch, Freddie Williams Jr., Ty Ramza, Cynthia Shepard, David Silva, Garrett Johnson, Sarah Richards. I mean, I brought in some people. And I was like, I brought in some people. Then we had like editors, and we had editors and art directors from like Blizzard, and it's just like I put in work to get people to come. I mean, and I thought it was a huge benefit. I can't really guarantee that anyone else thought so. They should have, because I was bringing in people, and people got work from GigaCon. So the connections that were made, like David Silva was working at McFarland, and one of my students emailed him afterwards once he was done and graduated, and now he's like in charge of quality control at quality control in McFarland. So he oversees pretty much all of it. Obi, I know who you are. I should still welcome you. You have the same name. Like, how would I not know that? I don't know. No, I think it was beforehand. Because it was, oh, was it? Maybe it was. Because I know after that, we switched to doing it at the school. I don't know. But it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. Other people may not have, but I thought it was freaking awesome. So. Oh, and the thing that I always did was I always kept it open to alumni, and I would have an alumni dinner. So I would even make it so, because I was trying to get people jobs, like that was the thing that I was doing. So I would be like, all right, cool. So what's going to happen is on this day, we're going to take all the guests out, and we're going to we're going to go to dinner. And all the alumni, it wasn't all the alumni, but pretty much if you were alumni, you graduated and you were worth it. Like that was pretty much it. Like, we didn't just let anyone graduate at that point. And so if you were an alumni, you were allowed to come to dinner with us. And so you got to literally be shoulder to shoulder with all the professionals, all the editors and all that stuff, make connections, try, and make good on just being there. So, hey Don, what's going on? Today has not been bad, I can tell you that. So, what I'm hoping is that they're gonna want it to be a community builder, which is gonna be awesome. Because then, the more that we can get the community involved, the more money comes in, which means the bigger, better people that I can get to come. Badass back in the day. What do you mean back in the day? It's like, what do you mean back in the day? There was a short lapse when I was at Norfolk because of reasons. But I still pulled out a convention at Norfolk too. You know, and I was doing a lot for that school. They just didn't appreciate what I was doing, and they tried to make my life a living hell. So, you know, it's one of those ones that didn't really work out that well. You know, but the one at Norfolk was fun. You know, it was also a 2-day show. I tried to do things with them. I was more excited about it than anybody else was. Like, as far as the school, the students. So, you know, it went really well, right? But the people who were supposed to benefit from it, the students, really didn't show. And so that was kind of a bummer. Like that, and that's the kind of thing that does make me stop, right? Like, it's like, this is for you. Like, I was doing this for you. And then you're like, I don't really want to do it. I don't want to show up. And it's like, fine. I'll keep all of my people, all of my contacts, all of my everything to myself. So I don't know what I did to deserve this kind of attack from you two. I don't appreciate it. So just saying, I don't know if I appreciate this. Up here working hard trying to secure our future, and this is the crap I get. You worked well. I still am cool. This word crap. And sent. Awesome. Air humping with a huge He kind of does that from time to time when people like when they follow or there's a subscription happens, he'll kind of get stuck every now and then. It's rather funny. Thank you very much. Like I said, I will get it into their hands tomorrow. The Ravishing Recruit dance. Oh, okay. Why? Figured that's what made me even cooler. At that point, I became a legend at that school. Everyone was terrified that I was going to turn the power off on them. And I have students, former students, alumni to this day who will be like, you know that I save all the time because of that. Like, anytime I think about why I'm not saving, why am I saving so much? Bam, that's why. I remember. It's like I'm still, and it's funny because they'll like, if I bring in alumni to like GigaCon, they'll be like, I still have nightmares about when that happened. It used to be about the music. We had to grow up sometime, Mandala. We all had to grow up sometime. I just learned to not trust school tech. I mean, I have to be honest, most of my students, they're all like, can I use my own thing? And I'm like, absolutely. It's probably better than what we got anyway. And they're like, what? It's always funny when you see the students and they're just like, wait a minute, did you just say that? I can use my own stuff? And you just dogged what we have? I'm like, look, every school is pretty much the same. Maybe not SCAD because they just have a butt ton of money, you know, and an image to uphold. But I'm like, look, you know, it costs a ton of money to replace computers, so they try and make it work as long as possible, and sometimes it's longer than it should be. So you got something better, you should use it. Or when they're like, oh, can I use do I have to use Photoshop? No, you do not. But here's the thing, I'm going to be teaching Photoshop. Oh, really? Goes out now, save. Well, I have been saving. I've been saving after my little spat on Monday. I have been saving. It was like, one of those ones where you just get mad at yourself. You're like, man, I can't believe this. I'm the dude who turned off the power to prove a point to my students, and then I'm the one who just didn't, instead of just going, yeah, go ahead and save it, like a regular human being was, I was like, nah, I got it. I saved. I know I did. Lost all of it. All of it. Nice. Oh, okay. Oh, then you were fine. Well, that will be amazing. That will be fantastic. I'm all for when that happens. True, but you know. But if they did, oh man, just think about it. If they did, right? Like if they actually could last that long, that would be awesome. I'd be all for it. Especially if you can draw on it. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, the iPad, you can actually draw on it for 16 hours straight and not worry about it. I'd be all for that. All for it. So after Comic-Con, I started posting on DeviantArt again. Go figure. Because, you know, the representation came by and was like, hey, this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, okay, I want to be sponsored by DeviantArt. If you're out there, DeviantArt, I want to be sponsored by you. I don't have a lot of people, but they're, you know, it's consistent. It is consistent. And go back to work. Post burb. Alright, Don, we'll check at you later. Posty burb. See what you got on this Dropbox. What are we doing here? What are we watching? We're watching the process? I doubt it. Really? Alright, so what's it? Let's see. Posty. Is it for the, can I put it on the, can I do it on the computer? Or is it, only on, the phone? You download to the computer? Alright. Windows. Alright, well, I downloaded it, so that's cool. But I downloaded it, so we'll install it later, but anything to save some time, jeez Louise. Scribbles in an outline. Oh yeah. Sketching. Sketch world. Do you not sketch, Miss Ebony? Like, do you not sketch to get your drawings in first? Make sure it's in the right spot, portions are right, that kind of thing. Oh no, stop moving it. I go straight to detail. You're not supposed to do that. That's not something you're supposed to do. Not for that. Oh, that's true. Some people are actually phenomenal and they can do that. The majority of us don't have that luxury. Clean up. Because you have so many sketchbooks, so I made that assumption, you know. Miss Ebony just know how to draw. I think that was a fair assessment, you know. Look pretty. That, you know, that's a skill, man. No, no. It's like, oh, I was supposed to call someone today. Well, I guess they're getting called tomorrow. So Poser is a 3D program on the computer. Ooh. Naughty, naughty. Well, see, here's the thing. I'm not putting it on screen, so if you click on it, the only thing they can do to me is get mad that I that I have my links open. Be like, should probably not have those open. Like, unsubscribes. Liar. Save. So I know I have to come back and still do those. Ooh, well that's fancy. Alright, so I know I gotta put some color into those buildings in the back, which is fine. That's fine. So now that's less severe. I like that better. Daz Studio. Save. Huh. I don't even know what that is. That's a free 3D program. Premiere characters and content. The largest 3D model library. Interesting. Interesting. Weird broken joints. Excuse me. Let's see. We want some type of green, I think. Multiply. We're definitely going to drop this down so we can find our color. Spending money on 3D programs, how about buy? What do we buy them? Yep. That's pretty cool. It's creepy. Not even gonna lie. A wee bit creepy. Wee bit. But I mean, that's why, I mean, I'm just, action figures, they're pretty good. But this thing, still my favorite. Right? It's really good. Very, very articulate, very, very posable. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, Sticky Bones is pretty awesome. I think. Oops. Do that one, and then we're gonna do that one. Now we're going to put this back up to what it should be. Normal. And then for all these buildings. You know what? No, because those would still be reddish, I think. Let's see. Streaming either, unfortunately, was my thing, and it was getting too expensive. No. I don't think I can. Be safer not to. Not sponsored yet, you know? Wholesome show. It didn't. I had to reschedule. So probably gonna talk to him tomorrow. Family situation. So talk to him tomorrow. Oh, I was like, what happened? Oh, I know what happened. Cleanup's gonna suck. Wait, we'll do cleanup after it's time to do cleanup. I say that as I'm like, no, we must clean it up now. Anyway. Stick out like a sore thumb. Sure does. Already does. Look at that. See, it's so bright. Don't want it to be that bright. Can't have it be too dark, because then you won't be able to see it. Oh, the dilemmas of atmospheric perspective. Trying to make sure that something in the background doesn't pull as much attention as everything else. Yeah, that'll do. See, Obi, I don't know if you're still there. Struggle with the same thing. Just don't feel bad. I think that's it. Now we just need to get a red. Get that same color. Pull it down into the red. Oh, that is not a pretty color. No, but it fits. Still would like to be a little darker though. Ooh, you know what this means because we're finishing this up. Right? You know what this means? This means that next stream we will be over on the drawing table actually creating a new page. I think what I'm going to try and do is get absolute extras, like go ahead and lay out some pages so that you're not seeing me rule out pages. So, and then we can get to drawing. Yes. I don't know about y'all, but I'm super excited. No. No, because it really I'm unless I absolutely have to, like, holy crap, I wasn't able to get around to what I wanted to do, you know, time wise and stuff like that. I plan on trying to, from here on out, to try and keep the stream solely for Ninja Empire. Like, no matter what it is, it's always Ninja Empire. So if I was redesigning a ninja, right? Like if I was redesigning a ninja, I would absolutely do that, right? And just be like, oh, I'm just gonna use this. But since I know that my guy, I mean, I could do like Hasbro did and make my, you know, my super covert operations guy into a ninja just because we said ninja. But I'm not going to do that. He's going to be a super soldier. And so, since that has nothing to do with ninjas, I'm not going to put it on the stream. Like, the only time that I really want to have to change, you know, where I'm like, all right, sorry guys, we're not doing Ninja Empire, is because, you know, like, oh, I'm getting ready for San Diego and I fell behind, you know, stuff like that. But for the most part, nope. Oh, that's red. No. So, in short, no. But I figured you guys deserved an explanation as to why I wouldn't. It's the man's body part. So the Fulcrum, it's a secret society. That's all you get. No, it's a group that I put together to help support and foster the growth of the artist. And so I'm really trying to make it, like, I fell off over San Diego time and getting sick and all that kind of good stuff, but I really want to make it almost like a studio, but the studio is very small, and if we need help, we can offer each other help. So like the next time someone runs a Kickstarter, so if anyone in the group, for instance, were to run a Kickstarter, and then they're like, all right, well, here's my launch, can you help me boost this, right? Then, you know, because if you post something on Facebook, you might get one person to boost it. Not boost necessarily, but like, I put this on my page, I put this on my Instagram, go check this out. So you get some extra people, and you know, it's like, hey, I need your help. And depending on how many people are in the group, you know that many people will at least post it, so that it pushes out and the hashtag goes out and all that kind of stuff. While not everyone is in the same area. So, you're not, if I go to a convention where I come back and I tell people about the convention, I'm like, hey, here's what I experienced, this is where this is what's cool, if you wanted to go here, if you didn't want to go here. I have to post something about San Diego this year. You know, it's stuff like that. But it's all, I say secret society because I've only let a very few people in, because I don't want to have a lot of, I just don't want to have a ton of people in it to just sit around and do nothing, right? Like, it's all about, like, you have to do work, you have to post. Like I said, you kind of get a buy. Like, I give everyone an excuse, you know, when you're just like, oh, well, you're not really posting, and then it's, well, why aren't you posting? But so you have to post, or you're supposed to post once a week, right, in the actual fulcrum. And if you don't, right, it's like, hey, what's going on? And then I will remove you if you don't, right? Like, the idea is that this is a group that will help you, right? So if I get a job, if someone offers me a job and I'm like, I can't take it, you know, I'm gonna suggest someone from that group. I'm not just gonna let it go and be like, well, too bad, and be like, oh no, but I do have this if you like, you know, and we can pass on people's work and stuff like that. So it's all about building a community, trying to make sure that it's like, look, if you're here, you gotta help. You also gotta post. You have to inspire, right? Because there's so many people who are so freaking talented, and it's like, I need, especially when you need that kick in the butt, you know? And so it's like, hey, you're doing amazing stuff here. That's great. You know, how'd you do that? And that's another thing. It's like, oh, how'd you do that? Can you explain that? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. It's an artist club. Yes. Just hopefully way more serious. Right? And the thing is because it is small. Right? That was my biggest thing. I'm like, I want it to be small because I want to make sure that I can keep tabs, because right now I don't have any moderators or anything like that on it, but I want to make sure that I can keep tabs on people. Like, you're not posting, all right, well, if you don't start, I will remove you. And I have had to do that already. You know, it's like, I will make it so that you can't stick around, because I only want people who are serious. Ooh, that's too dark. There we go. Right? So when people are like, hey, I want to make, like, for instance, me, like, I want to do this comic. Well, I've posted pages, right? And people have come and they're like, yo, also, it's something where you can always, you can get a critique, which is seemingly lacking in a lot of places. When you're just like, I'm trying to get better, it's hard for people to give you an honest critique. Not, let me tear you apart, but like, hey, this doesn't seem like it's working right, or that foot seems a little broken, or, you can fix this by doing this, that, and the other thing. And it's really just a group of people who are freaking phenomenal, who were really wanting to do it. That's all. Booted before I even reached the front door. No, nobody answered you when you're like, you don't accept stick people. The thing is like, what do you want to do? So, because our last entrant had pretty much had an art test to get in. So You know? Is it a pain club? No. Like, nope. It's once again something where I'm offering my resources to people for the benefit of others. Because it's like, I know a lot of people. I've invited some people who I'm like, I know that these people are strong. I know that these people are going to put work in. I know that they're going to put people to shame. You know, if you don't do stuff, it's like, let's get it. Let's do the work. I'm going to try and enlist the resources of Muddy Colors. Ooh, nice. I'm one of their 5 apprentice tiers on Patreon and have never cashed in on the benefit. Oh, I can answer a couple little questions. I'm going to ask Dan on those if I can simply use my tier benefit to get a critique from one of their professional artists every month. Nice. Oh, that would be awesome. Too exhausted to join clubs. That's fair. You get an hour's critique every month from. Oh, and is that what you have? You're the top tier person. Oops. Nice. Okay. Well then. Absolutely. Get on that. You know what I mean? It's like, hell yeah. Cool. That's in the background. It all has color now. I think, right? Everything has a little shadow. None of it works if I don't. Yeah. And see, my thing is that it's not, for me, like what I put together, it's not a team that I'm like, okay, you're my team and we're doing this. We're all working on stuff separately. We're all doing our own thing, and the idea is to be able to help each other. I just did. It was like, the idea is to help each other, you know, as we go forward and stuff like that. So, all right, let's see. It's mostly all done. I'm gonna do this smoke here in the background, and then I plan on putting a little. Did I put it on here? No. I guess I got rid of it. Nope, there it is. So I plan on putting smoke on there too. You know? But we'll do that. We'll do that afterwards, right? We'll put some smoke kind of down here. What do you mean? Have I ever gotten help? One of the people, I mean, on the project itself, yeah. Single Digit Studios printed 3D stuff, right? I asked him to. Right, and so he made a full-on sculpture, but now I have these minis as well. So, you know, and I asked him for help. But as far as artwork goes, not yet. You know, like I haven't been like, hey, can you draw the cover for me or something like that. I plan to, because if I can get more talented people to do a cover for me or something like that, hell yeah, I'm not afraid. I'm looking for people to color. I mean, not color, to ink and to color. I mean, if I didn't have to do, if I could do half the work, that'd be great. You know what I mean? Man, I haven't been able to get anything done this time. Just been getting my butt kicked. Who is that? Can't see who. Let's see who won. A restaurant. Who is that? I don't know. A restaurant won. And not taggable in chat. I don't know, but they won decisively. Ah. Oops. Eight minutes left. Because Obi, if you want to do a cover, if you want to do an image for Ninja Empire, I will not fight you on that at all. Not even. I will hand over all the characters, and you can decide what you want to do with them. I would, you know, you want some help with the story, so you know exactly what's going on about what character. That would be cool. But I would. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here is click them and mention them. Oh. Whatever got to it. Fan art is great. Oh, my bird's eye rig. My anti-comic plans in action. Nice. I have to, I mean, to be honest, I have to start getting ready for school. Should probably do that. Oh, but you gonna drop in on class? No idea. Well, no. Well, I didn't teach any summer classes. It got canceled. Not enough people. But I'm talking about the fall. The fall's about to start. We're about to go into a brand new semester. Oh. Used to do a week of 52. Oh my goodness, really? Big gay frog guy. Here and there. Nice. InfoWars guy. If I have time, of course. Love to have you come in, for sure. Fix that later. It's time for cleanup. So not looking forward to cleanup. And it's like, oh. So, it's like, oh, so this guy's just a horrible person. God. The parents are suing him for lying that would happen to their kids. And oh, yeah. You done Inktober in comics? Nice. I gotta find out what to do for Inktober. Whether I'm gonna do like Goretober or Drawtober. Because screw that guy. Okay. There. I mean, there's Kinktober. I love that everyone has kind of ran with it, and you can get anything that makes you happy as a drawing prompt. You just gotta find it. Oh, okay. No promotion for each of the individual. Like to spread. It was an inside job. COVID is a hoax. Election is rigged. Needs to protect you from ultra. Jeez. Quaint. Fair. Where it helps more than it hurts. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. That's true. But a lot of people are, a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to draw. That's the thing that always got me. They're like, I don't know what to draw, and at least this gate. I think that's what it is, right? They see the challenge of drawing what someone else has put forward. But the problem that I had with Draw Inktober is I hate inking. So I was always mad. And I'm like, man. But then some people created Drawtober, and there's like Comicstober. I mean, some people are like, screw that, we don't like this either. Like, alright. That snuck up on me. Yep. Well, I'm gonna finish this smoke. Because, I mean, it's just this little thing, so we're gonna finish this. Tried G.I. Joe. I survived 4 days. Dude, I tried G.I. Joe. I lasted a little bit longer than that. But the problem that I have is, like, I love the prompts and stuff. You know, it was like, alright, this is gonna be cool. But the problem is that I don't know, like, because it needed to be. Well, when I did GI January, there was no, like, I could have just done pencils, but it always seemed like there was a need to get it further and finished and stuff like that, which was my problem, right? And then after a while, it's like, well, I gotta actually do this. So instead of actually having a benefit, it felt like more like a chore, and then I never wanted to do it. You know, unlike what you should do is do the sketch, do the drawing, and be like, done. There's my drawing. And then when I have time, guess what? Now I'll come back and I'll ink it or I'll color it, like if I want to and stuff like that. So I think for GI January 2023, that's what I'm gonna do. What would be really cool is if I could get 30 or 31. I know he did. It hurt. It's like, I know it hurt, but he's super fast and he does it for a living. So drawing, that was his warm up, and I bet you every single one of them took about an hour. But I think I'm just gonna make sure that I know ahead of time. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna draw. So we're gonna. I think I'm gonna make some people actually do some research and throw in not all the, you know, oh, let's do Snake Eyes, and these people is like, hey, how about we draw, you know, rando people like the Ice Cream Man, which we did last time, but I mean, he was so random. So, and then maybe we need to do something for Transformers. Yeah, do something for Transformers, but I don't know a T. Transformarch? No. I don't know. But anyways, we got really. Oh wait, save. Yes, join us. I think that we got pretty far. So I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. Like pretty far. It's pretty much done. We're gonna put some clouds, some darker clouds in the background to make the distance mountains pop, and then we'll put some smoke down here. Trans-Tember. Oh yeah. Trans-February. That's true. Trans-Tember. Trans-Tember. I don't know if you can break up Transformers. Decepticon. You know what? That might actually work. There's something there. We can do something with robots. We're gonna make something work. September. Oh. September. It's not bad. September. That's next month. I would have to put that together pretty quickly. Just all Decepticons. Maybe. Maybe. All right. Well. Who better, Megatron or Galvatron? Depends on where. October versus. Oh. September. Okay, I have to say, Autober. It's like, oh man, but to have like an entire month against you, that would be awesome. October. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out. So who better, Megatron or Galvatron? I mean, they wrote Galvatron to just be evil, right? Like, I mean, he just shot freaking, he just shot, what's his name? Starscream, just point blank, like, hi, how you doing? Bam! And that was over. This is the Black Dragon. We don't get to see, like, this is how he travels, right? Big cloaks walking through. But yeah, that's him. He's the major ninja, yep. Better, cooler. Like it didn't go through. Yeah, maybe. The Coronation, Starscream. This is bad comedy. Yeah, it was awesome. Nimoy voice. It was. Galvatron was awesome. Yeah. He looks different in travel clothes. He does. I mean, because he's trying to like blend, not blend in, but you know, he looks like a traveler more than, you know, he looks more like a traveler instead of freaking, I'm going to murder everything. Because let's be honest, if you see, right, like if you see this walking in, like if you see him all like it's on like Donkey Kong, right, he won't be able to sneak up on people. But if he covers it all up and walks in this like thing, you know what I mean? So he takes it off. This is all underneath. So yep. And breakdance, absolutely. Ah. That's fair. I mean, Megatron was pretty awesome. Was a good canon, it was. Yep, exactly. Evil Samurai Jack look. Hell yes. And that means there's two figures in this. Two, right? Cloaked Black Dragon and regular I'm gonna kill you Black Dragon. Alright everyone, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish this up off stream, that way it's done, and then we can move straight into drawing more pages so that we can get more pages done and stuff like that. So yes, thank you guys, you're absolutely awesome. For sticking with me, supporting me in this. Thank you so very much. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the lurks. Thanks for everything. You guys are freaking fantastic. And always remember, born a ninja, die a ninja. Are we going to raid someone? Because I know, Miss Ebony, I'm going to give you a sec. Because last time, I kind of apparently jumped the gun. Because I didn't see Justin on last time. Cause see, I don't see Justin. I don't really have. I don't really have anybody. You guys see anybody? Do you have anyone in your thing that we can look up that we should be rating, or are we just going to bed? Nope, no one? No one? That makes life a little easier. So, nah, bed sounds good. Alright, well then. Like I said, thank you guys so very much. You are absolutely amazing. And the next stream will be on Sunday, unless I decide to jump on a little earlier. But until then, I'll see you guys later. And once again, thank you guys so very, very much. See you guys.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.